We had all of this 3D modeling stuff. We took a helicopter image of San Francisco Bay. We took our detailed digital file of tidal current predictions. We dropped particles into the bay, and then we navigated those particles, moving them with the tidal current predictions. And the resulting view was just extraordinary. And if any of you were sailors, you'd recognize that, the back eddy, along the Coast Guard pier, it's uncanny how accurate it all is. But it's really interesting how much more insight you get from looking at a 3D rendering like this.
Virtual particles or actual?
Well, we didn't actually dump them in the bay. So those are virtual particles. But basically, we just dropped a bunch of particles into our model of the real world. And then we moved them with the tidal current model. And the tidal current model is just, it's a grid file, but it's just a two-dimensional array of points that have vectors, vector motion that are time varying. But when you interpolated between those points and then you actually moved particles according to their predicted movement, the insight into the sort of the back eddies and the swirling was really interesting. This is something else we did that was one of the things that sailors do is they try to give their bad air to the competitor. But you can't see the bad air, so what we did is we took some wind tunnel data from Oracle, and then we figured out where the bad air was, and then we would render that into the model of the world. So you can see where the bad air was. And then we put a shadow underneath the bad air just to make it kind of easier to see. And this was used a lot, and it was extraordinary. Something like this would happen, and as soon as the bad air got to the other boat, you'd immediately see the effect of the effect on the other boat. So they're suddenly in the bad air. And this was something that sailors spend a lot of time. The boat behind trying to stay clear of the bad air, the boat ahead trying to put their bad air on the boat behind. It was a really helpful way to render stuff. And of course, it's stuff that's impossible to see. That's the same group of folks, largely. We hired a bunch of young guys in the crew, and they're of course in front because their knees don't hurt.